Yes, I need to make prepare for integration. Let's beach. License. Hello, everyone. Sorry, I forgot to add Beach as a presenter. So here we are.
Oh, perfectly justified. Hey, everyone. Oh,
How's
that is an
everyone doing?
amazing.
Sorry?
I hope everyone appreciates Pusha's top today because that's amazing. I love it.
Oh, thank you. I think a lot of us can have flashbacks for our childhood.
Oh, that's it.
Alrighty, we'll just wait for a few more minutes for everyone to join in before we get started and share all the details with you as to what's happening. But I'm already loving the energy we are seeing in the room here. If your friends haven't joined in so far, you can ask them to join in now, so that they don't miss anything. In the meantime, for the folks who are here, you can actually introduce yourself. You can write your name, your location, what you do, and also one thing you hope to learn from this challenge.
It's lovely seeing everyone around the world popping in at the minute,
Yeah.
all the messages. It's great on this side for the first time. Yeah.
So everyone can actually share your name, location, what you do, and one thing you hope to learn from the challenge. Hi, Yash. Hi, Helena. Hi, Livyanshu. Admin sitting in Sweden, hoping to catch up on Slack since we do not Slack at the company.
We do have a support channel for My Company Does Not Slack. So you've got fellow supporters to club together with.
I think Helena is a part of that channel because she participated in the 100 Days of Travel Challenge as well. And she was one of the most active participants. Hi, Hannah. I got your message and I shared the backup badges list with you. So I hope you're able to complete your today's badge based on that list. If you still need more backup badges, maybe you can let us know and we can help you with that. Hi, Ritesh. Hi, Juan. I've actually added it in the 30 Days of Slack Challenge channel. If anyone is still looking for it, please let me know. And we will actually explain everything in our call today. But in the meantime, if you have any specific questions. Hi, Kritika. Hi, Pujita. Hi, Mablet. Hi, Marissa. Hello, Divyanshu. Hi, Obey. Rohit. Kavina. I'm seeing people from a lot of different countries. That's just really exciting. So thank you so much for being here, everyone. And I'm really excited to do this with Beach this year because Beach was one of the most active participants of the challenge last year. So I'm really excited that he has joined this side of the table. And we're actually planning together a lot of fun things because now we have double the minds working on interesting bits.
I have no idea how she was doing all of this work alone. It's a lot, even doing half. Yeah. So thank you, Bisha. Perfect.
Well, thank you so much for joining in, and I'm excited. Alrighty, I think a lot of folks are in now, so we can get started. And I am really, really happy to see you all here. So I just want to welcome everyone once again to welcome today, and also welcome to the 30 Days of Slack Challenge. And I'm so excited to see all the folks joining us from around the world. Whether this is your first community challenge in our workspace, or you were part of 100 Days of Trailhead Challenge, we are really happy to see you here. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Piyusha Palania. I'm a Slack community chapter leader, and I'm also a Sales Blazer community chapter leader, or community group leader. That's what they call it on the other side. And I'm also someone who is slightly obsessed with helping people learn by actually building things. So I run these Trailhead challenges because Trailhead has helped me significantly in my career, and I feel like just convincing or motivating people to do one Trailhead badge every day helps significantly. So that's what I'm doing. And also, I love Slack, by the way. So if you're joining in from the Slack side, Slack is really amazing. I've been using it for years, and I really, really love it. If I'm working for a company who's not using Slack, my go-to job is to convince my client to actually get Slack. Which is not always a nice conversation because they feel that it's very commercially, or it's what Salesforce does to them. So I don't want to act like that, but still, Slack is something I really love, and I try to push it on people sometimes, even though they might not like it. But joining me today is my good friend Beach, and so Beach and I met.
Piyusha was missing off that she's also a golden hoodie, an MVP, a sales champion. You know, there's a few titles missed out, but we've only got an hour at the moment. So I joined the 30 Days of Slack challenge last year, really learning and understanding the details of the platform. So it was really good. And what I loved was being able to meet other people. So if you've not met me before, my name's Beach. I work for a security company in London and have done for the last 20 years. I'm quite new to the whole Salesforce and Slack and MuleSoft experience. Only been doing it for just over a couple of years. There's been a lot of knowledge transferred, and I absolutely love the community. Speaking to you all, learning about things together is great, and these challenges are superb for learning as well as meeting other people. So I really wanted to take the challenge, these daily badges that we had before, and add something new and fresh to it. So if you want to cover the daily badges part, Piyusha?
Yes. So before we actually jump onto the daily badges part, over the next hour, we are actually going to take you through everything you need to know before you actually start this challenge. We are also going to play a few games. We'll answer all of your questions and hopefully get you excited for the next 30 days. So I want to talk about what this challenge is. And I also want to talk about why we created this challenge. So one thing which I noticed over the years is that a lot of us just complete Trailhead badges. We sometimes earn points, we earn badges, we even get certifications, but then someone asks us to build something and we feel a bit scary because even though we have done something in the badge, a lot of the badges are just like the content only, no hands-on experience. And so especially with Slack, you'll find badges which only has like theory in them, not so much content which you can actually build out. And so reading about Slack and actually using Slack or working through those steps are two very different things. So instead of saying like, here's 30 badges, good luck, do something, which is what we did last year, we wanted to create something much more practical this time. So every day, not only you'll complete a small Trailhead badge, but then immediately you'll use that learning to build something inside your own Slack org. So by the end of these 30 days, you won't just have another badge on your profile. You will have built your own enterprise grid. You would have connected it to Salesforce. You would have created workflow automations. You would have experimented with Slack AI, Slackbot, even built your own Slack agent. And that's something you can actually demonstrate during an interview when you're, applying for a role, or maybe to get a promotion within your organization, or to showcase your skill on LinkedIn and just flaunt to everyone that this is what I've been doing. So what we have done is that for daily badges, and I'm going to share my screen at this point before I pass the mic on to Beach so that you all are aware of what we are going to do for you. So let me share my screen. Okay. Perfect. So I hope everyone can see my screen now. Every day we will be posting a badge. Badge will have a link here. We'll also share a build challenge so you can perform something after learning the badge here. And we'll also share any additional information you should be aware of. So for today's badge, we have shared the Slack Quick Look badge. For people who are new to Slack, they can go through it. Then the next build challenge is to form a team. If you're going solo, you can go solo. You can agree on one pretend company and give each person a division, like how you want to structure your org. And then everything is mentioned here. So what we want you all to do is go through the Getting Started canvas. This has a ton of information which you need before we'll be ready to go ahead, because this challenge, we don't just want you to complete one badge a day, but we want you to learn it so that you can implement it for your company, for your clients. And on the other side of the challenge, you will come out as a Slack admin or a consultant or a developer with a new skill which you can actually use on projects, not just like completing a badge and ticking a mark, but also like do things which can showcase to people everywhere. Then we have this rules canvas where you'll be able to see all the basic rules of the challenge. This is a new edition. So if you have gone through this rules canvas before, make sure you also see this. So you have to, we're still keeping the submission of this, but this is not the only criteria for the challenge, because our main goal here is for you to build your own org, do everything on your own, step by step, because we'll be sharing one prompt every day for you all to perform a task in your own org so that you can get to that next level and learn something every day. Now, I also want you to, we have 3 main workflows here. I want you to submit the participations workflow form so that we know that you're participating in here. For all the participants who are submitting this workflow, we'll be adding you all in a user group in case you want to share something out. Instead of using add channel moving forward, we would prefer to actually add everyone in a user group so that we can tag you all in one swift action and share all the important information with you. The second one is joining a certification study group. So we have created 3 dedicated channels: Slack admin, consultant, and dev. So in case you are studying for a specific certification path, please submit this workflow so that you can be added to one of these channels, whichever certification path you are working on. And then lastly is the one which is daily log of 30 days to Slack challenge. For all the demos and everything, we also have one additional bit. So this channel called 30 Days of Slack LFG, we have a workflow which is team formations workflow. If you're participating solo, please submit your team as solo. We'll be using this workflow for future competitions or contests or things. We have several phases. With every phase, we have associated a demo, and all of those demo will not only help us build our presentation skills, but also will give you an opportunity to showcase all the things you have learned in that phase. So we have divided the entire 30 days into 5 phases. After each phase, we will run that, and you'll have opportunity to share the details based on your team. So if you're participating in teams of 3, you will be submitting a demo with the 3 of you. If you're participating in team of 1, you'll be submitting the demo yourself. If you have submitted this team formation workflow and you now realize that you probably want to add more team members, this is your opportunity to find your team members and add them in here. You have to submit the team formations workflow. The reason behind that is all the competition we are doing will be directly related to this, and you have to use your team name to be able to submit the future workflows for any contests, for any demos, and so on and so forth. So if you have submitted this and you want any updates in the team, please reach out to me or Beach. One person can only be a part of one team. If you have been found to be a part of multiple team members, for example, in this case, I can see Monica is part of 2 different teams. This is not allowed. You have to probably get it fixed and get this sorted before we actually move ahead in the challenge. So make sure you don't submit the workflow too many times. Just submit it once and that'll be enough. And make sure you keep a track of your company name, because this will help you for submitting any future workflows. For example, the competitions workflow. Sorry, I can't share the competitions channel because I have a surprise coming for you all. And I know I shared it briefly, but I can't share more details there. But this is important. So submit this workflow and get yourself registered. If you don't have a teammate yet, go through this canvas and you can still find your teammate. You can send a message in this group to find a teammate. I can see a lot of the folks are looking for team members. So one of the recommendations I have is, for example, I noticed in the questions section, there were a lot of people who were looking for a teammate. Instead of like saying, hey, I need teammate, hey, I need teammate, maybe this person can comment on this person's post and you two can work together. Maybe you can also comment in here and you can work together. Instead of like saying like, hey, I'm looking for a team member, try to find people who are already looking for someone and join their teams, or maybe bring your own team from your company you work with. If you know someone and you feel like they should learn Slack, maybe bring them in the workspace. You have the option to invite them from here. Just click on invite people to Trellex Club and you'll be able to invite your team members. If you're still not able to do it, you can share the invite link from my LinkedIn post, or you can actually reach out to me or Beach, and we can actually invite your team members on your behalf, and you can then add them in your team. That's it from me, and now I will pass it on to Beach before we move on to other bits. I know I've taken a lot of time, but we want to give you as much information as possible.
It was great. You've managed to explain a huge amount. For those asking for the link, I'll drop that shortly in chat. So if you give me a few minutes, we'll drop that in chat for the Slack link, for the invite.
Okay, let me do that actually. In the meantime, you can actually continue the conversation. I'll share the link in here.
Sweet. So once you've created your team, one of your team members will register for a Slack developer org. So we've got full links. It's fully in the guidance and in the sign up part. You'll need to create this Slack sandbox. And that Slack sandbox allows you to create up to 3 workspaces. So you'll sign up, one member of the team, create the Slack sandbox. Then you can create additional workspaces for your 2 other teammates. If you're doing it solo, you don't need to create additional workspaces. If you're in a team of 2, one person creates the Slack sandbox and then creates a workspace for the other person. So the idea is, for today, if you're on the team build, you'll have created your Slack sandbox. Every member of your team has their own workspace within that and are assigned as a workspace admin, which is one of the features that it shows you how to do on there. And then every member of your team has their own Salesforce developer org. Now, Salesforce occasionally has, delays and things, so it can take up to 4 hours for you to receive your Salesforce developer org, I'm afraid, once you signed up. But once you have, you should receive it. If you've already registered one on your email address, you need to reuse that existing one. They're only allowing you 1 per email address at the moment. So you'll have your Salesforce org and you'll have your workspace, and one member of your team will be the owner for this sandbox, this Slack enterprise grid. And that will allow us to hook things up later. But that's all we want to achieve today, is that you've got your accounts, you've got your workspaces ready, and we'll be building on that day to day. So don't worry that they're not hooked up yet. That's going to be coming. Pusha put together a wonderful collection of badges to take us through Slack and everything that wants to be done. And what we did was then pair challenges to each day. Some of these challenges will help you build out this Slack workspace and your Salesforce org. In a little while, and giving no hints on which day, you're going to be connecting the two of them together. This allows you to use all of the features of Slack AI, which are available, Slack Bot, which is also available during this challenge, and you'll be able to use Agentforce. So it gives you all of these capabilities together, 3 different sets of AI, 3 different sets of capabilities. If you're heading towards a certification, so if you already know Slack quite well, I wouldn't recommend this if you're just starting out, but if you already know Slack quite well, and you're aiming for the Slack administrator, Slack developer, or Slack consultant exams, then I'd sign up for each one of those that you're keen on. And what we will do is send you a message on the day that a workshop applies. So a workshop is how you'll learn towards one of these certifications. It's kind of like the old school Slack training area. And some of those can be quite dense. They're quite difficult to read, not just on their own, but this allows you to apply it in context for what you're building out. So you'll be able to apply those skills and have them actually mean something for what you're building out on the day and help you get through all of that material. So it means if you've got a member of your team that wants to do, say, the Slack developer, you'll now have them kind of excited. They'll be able to extend things on those certain days, be able to do their exam a lot easier, and help build out those parts for your organization. Don't worry if you, in your workspace, want to do something that's very different from another member of your team in their workspace. This is part of the joy, that you will have your own workspace. You can do things independently. You can have your own ideas and still to come together as a company, as a whole. So you'll have your own division. You can do your own things, absolutely, without any worries of upsetting anyone else. The whole point with Slack is it allows each organization, each workspace, to have their own theming, their own design, their own ways of doing things, but to be able to collaborate and communicate with each other. And these are the parts of the things. There's meant to be a little bit of friction. There's meant to be a little bit of difference of opinion. That's healthy. So don't be upset with your teammates. You've got your own workspace. You can do things in your own way. So that covers the certifications and what we're looking for the build out. And don't worry, today is just literally create your accounts. That's it. There's enough challenge in there because there's going to be different people with different setups and things. But I'm hoping you all had a lot of fun creating your own company names and divisions. We've certainly had a lot of fun reading them. We really appreciate the ones that put a lot of effort into the creativity and the humor. And I just wanted to call out a few that spoke to us on here. So we had Slack Odyssey, the ones protecting the sacred timeline. We love that. The whole Space Odyssey, Slack Odyssey tied together, and that whole, Marvel part with the whole time adventures. Love it. And Slack and Deliver was also quite funny, with the whole idea of giving tech support, help support to husbands starting out with children. Sounds amazing. And then the last one for me certainly was the Slackingly, the research one for how to communicate in emojis and memes. That's very, very Slack. Love it. Cool. So Pisha, I don't know if you want to give a run through of the competition.
Yes, but before we do that, I can see there are some questions, and I need to answer those questions first. So if you're participating in one team, you only need to have one Slack sandbox. If you want to create separate sandboxes, totally up to you, but we would prefer to have like one Slack sandbox. You can create your enterprise grid. You can have multiple different workspaces, and then you can connect those with your Salesforce org. You do need to provide payment method for Slack Workspace, because this is their way of identifying that you're a human, because whatever option you add to confirm that this is a human who's creating a Slack workspace, it just doesn't work out. But having an actual payment method, which you don't have to pay for anything, but you still need to add that to verify that you're a human who is actually opting for this free sandbox, because Slack at the end of the day have to pay for the storage, for everything, like the tool you're using. So this is their way of verifying that it's a human, a legit person using it for the things which they have been asking you to use. You're not using it for your personal usage or company and things like that. You're just using it to build out something and so on and so forth. There were a lot of questions about swags. We will have plenty of swags. So we'll have some certification vouchers at the end, which we'll give away after the challenge. We will be talking about a lot of the challenges as we move forward. But, you know, in general, we have a ton of swags and stuff coming your way. So even today, we have like a bunch of swags for y'all to give away. So stay tuned for that. Don't need to worry about that. But I feel like that should not be your only motivation if you're participating in this. For me, the most exciting bit is that everyone will be able to follow along the trail we are sharing, the path we're sharing, the steps. You can follow along the steps and the prompts, and you will be able to learn a lot of interesting things. At the end of the day, swags are not going to get you that upskilling or that skill or that promotion or that job, whereas the skill can actually help you do that. So I feel like the more important bit here is to actually learn the process, learn the steps, learn how to do everything. So I hope you take that into account when you're participating in this, not just the swags we are offering. I also want to address the daily logs thing. It doesn't matter what the daily time log is based on, because that's not the only criteria we're going to, reward participants for this challenge, because logging the daily entry means that you have actually completed the badge. That means you're ready to perform your next step. But it's in nowhere means like the only way which is going to decide like who's going to win the challenge. So that's just for you to see like, okay, everyone's done their badges, tick, like another tick in your box, but the actual bit will be your hands-on experience, which you'll do on the orgs based on the prompts we'll be sharing every day. No paid plan workspace is required for Sandbox. It's asking for payment method or event code because, as I mentioned, it wants to verify that you're a human. You won't be charged for anything when you put your payment plan, like put your card details in there. So make sure that you don't have to worry about that. You just have to put in your card details to make sure that you are a human, a genuine person who wants to use the Sandbox. That's it. We will actually have more virtual meetings like this for every phase. So this is for the kickoff of the challenge and also phase 1, which we are starting now. We have total 5 phases, as I mentioned. So we'll have one after every phase before the starting of the next one. We'll give all of you to build through the entire phase, then demo of what you have learned in that phase, and then so on and so forth. So we'll try to have like one meeting after every challenge, which means that we will have 6 virtual meetings in total throughout the challenge. One is today, and then we have one after each phase. And obviously, as I mentioned, we have 5 phases. So after each phase means we have 5 more virtual meetings coming up for you all. In case we don't want to keep it for the entire hour, we can shorten the length. But we are anticipating that some of you will demo your work after each phase during these virtual meetings as well. If you have any questions, we'll give you all to unmute yourself and ask your questions, or maybe share your experiences and things like that. So we'll try to keep everything fun and interesting. And with every virtual meeting, you'll have the opportunity to win swags and things like that as well. Okay, I noticed Beach has actually answered a lot of the questions. We don't have any event code. You just have to go with the payment authorization to be able to get the sandbox. If you've completed some of the Slack badges, as we mentioned, backup badges, Canvas is your friend. Okay, Sanchit, you probably have to go through the workspace canvas to be able to understand what a sandbox is. And maybe Beach can also highlight
You
a bit
can reach
more.
out. So yeah, we've got everything within the canvas. We've got today's message on here. There's the questions part on this. We're expecting people to have hiccups, to have blocks as part of this. Please reach out. Please use the questions bit, preferably. We'll monitor that, and it means other people can help you as well. But the whole point of this is for you to find issues before you actually have to implement Slack yourself in the company. This is a challenge, a real build out challenge. And it would be surprising if everyone got through everything the first time. So this really requires everyone to lean on each other, to use that questions channel, and to help each other. Don't feel dumb. Don't suffer in silence. Reach out. Let's work together.
We just got one more question. Can we add XXX card details for sandbox creation? You do need a real card, and you can't actually add a fake card because they will deduct ₹2, I think, and will refund that amount as well. But you do have to use an actual card because, again, human, they need to prove that you're a human. I have been using the sandbox for about 3 years now, and I can assure you that nothing has been deducted from my account for using the sandbox. It's free. It's absolutely free. They just want your card to verify that you're a legit person. I know this is a lot of people's concern, but I think this is a step which they have taken to make sure that nobody's taking advantage of the sandbox. I also want to actually add something which I missed while I was sharing my screen and talking about everything. I just want to emphasize that the goal of this challenge is, again, not completing or checking the boxes for badges or maybe for your certifications. They're fantastic, but I feel like what you need to be able to help your customers or your company is that you need to understand how you can build it. Like that's why we have included these optional certification tracks as well, especially if you're a part of the Slack admin certification bit. I am an SME for the new Slack admin certification, which went live in June. So I am going to share some of the nuggets I know from the certification bit. Obviously, I'm under NDA, so I can't share the actual questions, and I'm not going to do that because that actually won't help you in any way. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about what you need to go through to be able to pass the certification, what you need to learn to be able to complete the certification in one go. So I'm going to talk all about that. But by the end of the 30 days, we hope that you will have a portfolio project where you will be able to understand why Slack works the way it does. You'll know what good workspace design looks like. You will have built several workflows. You will have connected Salesforce and Slack. You would have used enterprise search. You probably would have experimented with Slackbot AI. You probably would have experimented with Agentforce inside of Slack as well. And we're hoping that you'll become a Slack expert towards the end of the challenge. So that's something which I wanted to share.
Yeah, we're expecting that you'll have this wonderful collection of mini companies, mini divisions within one big enterprise. Whether you're solo and it's just one division, or whether you're working with a team, and you can build these out. There's also quite a lot where we'll take you so far, but you can build this out way, way, way further. We're just giving you have Spanish will have like tapas, like mini meals. It's that kind of thing. You've just got mini meals. We don't want to load you up. We don't want to make this too much work to do on each day. but we do want to take you on a tour on every little bit. And that's why you've got the certification track. You can push those bits further. And don't worry if you're feeling like this is going too fast and you just want to do the badges and you need to drop out of the build. That's okay. The information remains up. You can do these steps later. In things. You can just pick and choose out of what you want to do. We just need you to keep on the track for the competition parts. Absolutely, they're coming out. But there'll be other ways to win if you're just participating. So don't feel if it comes too much that you need to burn yourself out. Don't do that. You can just stick to the badges if you need to. But we really wanted to allow you to explore, allow you to try building out this whole Slack organization linked in with your Salesforce organization.
Absolutely. And one more thing, actually, because we've heard too much about swags and too much about we want you to actually build things yourself. The reason why we're emphasizing on building yourself, because we will actually give you an option with which each of you will be able to win an exclusive Salesforce swag. Everyone who is participating in this will have the opportunity to get a Salesforce t-shirt, an Agent Force t-shirt, actually, to be more specific, other than all the other swags we have. So we actually want you to go through this every day so that you can build your skills, so that you can build all the things you need to, perform. And for the folks who have missed the meeting, we are actually recording this, so you can go back to the recording in case you missed this, and I'll be sharing this in our channel as well. But yeah, swags aside, we want you to learn things. We want you to perform those actions, which we'll be prompting every day. So I hope you all stay with us. For now, we're actually going to play a really fun Slack trivia, and I hope you stay with us. All you have to do is open Slack and go to the competitions channel. And that was the reason why I was not able to share competitions channel with you before, because I had a drop in there for a question which I'm going to post. Whoever is going to answer these questions fastest and correct can actually go home with a cool Slack swag. So make sure, and only people who are in the meeting, who have RSVP'd for the meeting or who are joining the meeting can win swag. So that's one of the things. If you haven't RSVP'd, or maybe if your friend haven't RSVP'd and they're simply answering the question, they won't be able to win it. So Neha, you will be able to see competitions channel. It's inside Slack. We actually were playing competitions in this channel, 400 Days of Trailhead Challenge as well. So if Neha, I know you participated in 100 Days of Trailhead Challenge, so you should be able to see that.
I can see you're a member of the channel, so yeah, you should be able to see it on here. Otherwise, ping me afterwards and we can have a look.
To be able to see the competitions channel, you all have to log into the TrailX Club workspace. In the workspace, if you have recently joined in, maybe you won't be a part of competitions channel. In that case, you have to search or browse for channels. How you can do that, let me show you how you can do that. So sharing my screen. Be able to find channels. Initially, there was an option to actually browse channels from here, but now that's not an option. So what you need to do is click on directories, click on channels, and you will be able to see all the channels. And there is the competitions channel, which you need to join. So follow the process, go to directories, and this is the competitions channel, which you need. Please follow the steps, click on channels under directories, and you should be able to see competitions channel. For those of you who have joined late or who have missed any details, we'll be sharing the recording in the challenge channel. Sorry. And we have actually added everything in the canvases. So if you're reading the canvases, you probably don't even need us to take you through everything. Canvases have every detail. We made sure of it. Okay, if everyone is good to go, please drop a yes in the comment section so that I can get started, because we only have 20 minutes left and I don't want you all to wait for eternity to actually win swag. If you're a part of two teams or if you've submitted the workflow twice, please drop either of us a message and we can actually help you fix it. Omkar, you do need to go to competitions channel in Trilex Club Workspace. Perfect. You can't type in the channel. I will be posting the questions and you need to answer using an emoji. So use the correct, actually, no, you can just comment your answers, because sometimes picking the correct emoji takes a long time. So just answer your question, like whichever option you feel is correct, A, B, C, D. Answer the correct.
So you'll hit reply on the message.
Yes.
So you'll be creating a thread, very Slack. So you'll be using threads on this and replying to Future's message, all within Slack. So get your Slack ready.
Perfect. So here we go. Drum rolls. First question. Ta-da. Let's see who answers it fastest. And also, mind you, Beach hasn't seen the questions yet, so you're all in for a treat. And you know, the first person who has answered, okay. I'm seeing some correct answers. I'm seeing some incorrect answers. And I'm not going to tell you who the winner is right now, because I'm going to share all the details once the event is over. Okay.
I like where you've gone with the questions, to be fair.
I actually kept it to the track. So I wanted to make sure that, okay, they align with what we are doing. Alrighty, we got enough responses. Please repeat the question. Peter, we are posting the questions in the Slack, Trilex Club Slack workspace in the competitions channel. So if you're a part of the workspace, you can join in. If you're not a part of workspace, I will share the invitation link with you once again. And you should be able to join in. Let me pin this as well. So in case somebody comes late and they want to join the workspace, you should be able to join in using that link. In the meantime, Peter, you can join the workspace using this link. I feel like most of the questions people who are part of this meeting have answered, or at least those who wanted to answer have answered, because I can see 57 replies here. We are moving on to Omkar. I've posted the link here. You can see it. We are now moving on to the next question. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. You don't need to answer in the meeting here. You have to answer in Slack workspace.
So if you hit reply on Slack against the message, you'll be able to leave a comment there.
You like the question, I can see.
I like the question. I think it's an evil question, but that's a good start. I certainly find that if I am asked a question and I get it wrong, it hurts slightly. You know, that little bit of ego, a little bit of pride hurt, but I'll remember it. It leaves a scar that I'll remember the correct answer.
Well, I think these are the questions which will actually help you pass the exam. Not that these are the exact question which you'll get in the exam, but I'm just telling you, like, you need to go through the details to be able to pass your exam as well.
But don't feel bad if this is all just crazy moon talk, words, phrases you've never heard. Think of this as a before and after. So this is the beginning of the challenge. Wait until the end of the challenge and see how much of a pro you are.
And I have a question exclusively for developers, folks who call themselves developers. The next question will be for you, because I've kept the questions for every genre, I will say, for admins, for consultants, and for developers. So I can see we have received 56 responses on the second question. So here is the third question for you all. 3, 2, 1, there we go. And mind you, every question will have one winner. So even if you lost the previous question, like, this is your opportunity.
And Periton, these are all very, very Slack related. You just some of this isn't going to make much sense unless you've been doing Slack for a while, but this is stuff that will make a lot of sense as you go through it. Or as Hannah calls out, it may be crazy moon talk right now. Absolutely. But this is just to get you warmed up and aligned.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Only
51.
So I feel like this will also give you an opportunity to understand, like, okay, you might think that Slack is so easy, but you still have to study or learn other bits because it's not that easy as it looks.
It's very colorful, though.
I've kept it interesting.
Oh.
Alrighty, so we have 58 responses on question 3, and we are going for question 4 in 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, this is going to be fun. You finally hit one that I don't know the answer. I may have the cert, but I don't know the answer off the top of my head. I can never remember this. So good luck, everyone. It's that nervousness before you hit install. Like, what's it going to do?
Well, I'm actually surprised that you don't know the answer because you seems to know everything.
The trouble is, the more systems you do, the more it becomes, right, I can't remember this. You know, in one fact, out the other, right?
Yeah, you're studying for a lot of different platforms, so I think that's understandable.
It's my excuse. It doesn't mean it's valid, right?
Okay, we have 2 more questions to go, so make sure you're ready with your magic wands to get the correct answer. And once we're done with the once we're done with our live, I will post who the winner is and what the correct answer is for each of those questions under the thread, so you all actually are aware of what's going on and what's the correct answer, even though you will be learning these things throughout the next 30 days. Okay, ready for question 5 in 3, 2, 1, here we go.
Oh, I want to see what the answers are coming in on this. Oh. Yeah, we got one dissenting voice. Well done, Sean.
Okay, I'm actually surprised that this was a very simple question and some people have still managed to get it incorrect. Okay, which means you all need to learn Slack a bit more than the others. And the people who have answered it correctly, I'm anticipating that you have the basic knowledge of Slack.
And don't worry, we'll be going through this. You'll be hitting the badges for the various days. Do not do not kick yourself for getting these wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, last question. If you were not able to participate in the previous 5, there's still opportunity for you to actually join in. So make sure you're ready. And again, only people who are in this virtual event can win Slack. So make sure you're a part of this. Again, it's not me, it's Slack. They want to do things this way. So I don't have any control over who gets what. But the condition is that you have to have, the RSVP check-in, things like that, in order to participate and win swag. So here we go. Alrighty, last question in 3, 2, 1. There we go. Oh wow, people are lightning fast.
Yeah, I think Fumiya says it perfectly. I mean, who's your internet service provider? Let me sign up for this. Yeah.
Alrighty, well, we're done with our questions. So we'll have 6 winners from here. And we have our winners, drum roll, for the Dream Company competition as well.
Thank you all for submitting as well. We've been absolutely loving every submission that's been coming through. Really inventive, really creative. But there can only be one winner. And take it away, Pusha.
Okay, you want me to take away? I thought you were going to do that. Okay.
Oh, perfect. I'll go for it. We have the BUB, the Borrowed Umbrella Bureau. That had us in stitches. So thank you very, very much. We love it. The whole idea of a handle hospital, the idea of having rainbows, everything, it was perfect. It summed it up, and we're really looking forward to the build out on that. So don't worry if you didn't win today. There'll be other competitions for your team, and please keep working on your team and going through. But very well done. And
I just want to add one more thing. So for the dream companies you have built, we want you to actually explore your use cases around your dream company, because it will make your life that much more easier for all the upcoming competitions, for demos, for actually putting together a video on LinkedIn, for sharing it with your company, for sharing it with your hiring managers, for anyone, So create a company or a use case you want to work with, because you will be circling your demos around that. So if you haven't thought of something, now is your chance to do that, so that you can follow your journey along with the competition, throughout the challenge with that particular dream company. As you all know, you're a part of Salesforce ecosystem. Salesforce always has Coral Clouds or Acme tools or Northern Trail Outfitters, and so on and so forth. So try to think of a company or a use case which you want to focus your demos or your build on. There is no mandatory thing to form a team, but you do have to submit the team formation workflow, even if you're participating as a solo team member. or as a solo person to be able to participate in the future competitions using your team name. So team name is quite critical, and that's why thinking of creative use case could be super helpful to you as well. And that's the only thing I want to emphasize. We have 5 more minutes. So folks who are asking who's the winner for the questions we just had, I'll be posting each of the winner for each of the questions in the same thread now. For the Dream Team competition, it is Team The Borrowed Umbrella Bureau. So Deb, Opiemi, Kapia, all 3 of you, you're the winners for this. But we really, really love the use case. And when we went through all of this, Beach and I, we immediately said like, hey, let's just go with this one. So it was a clear winner for both of us. And I hope you enjoy your amazing swags, which are coming your way pretty soon.
Yeah, we have looked through every submission as well, by the way. That's why we had to kind of cut it off 30 minutes before now, just because we needed to make sure that we had everyone in here. No sneaky submissions. But yeah, you will be doing tasks. You'll be building out these orgs, just as Pusha says. So Sashi will be expecting you to build upon these and really lean into those themes, really draw upon it and make this something your own, something unique. It can be fantastical, it can be comedic, it doesn't need to be real, but the tools you'll be using that's the trick. So have a lot of fun with this and lean into it.
Absolutely. And that's it from us. And as we wrap up, I just want to say thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. We are genuinely excited to see all the things you'll be building over the next month. And remember, I just want to say like one more thing. Sorry, I've said too many things today. This isn't about building the perfect solution. It's about building something. It could be, it's about asking questions, building with community. Sorry, my son is crying, so I probably have to tend to him, but like, you got the gist. We have to help each other. We have to celebrate other folks with us. And most importantly, have fun. And we will see you in the Slack workspace. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to Beach or I, and we'd be happy to help you.
Cool.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Bye.